Hello. Today I want to talk about a book that I read a week or two ago, and I thought it was quite interesting and might make a good lesson. So here are 5 points from this book I read that's called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Morgan Housel is a writer, business writer, usually writes about the stock market. He's an American guy. But he's quite a good writer, and he thinks about the meaning of money, not just you should invest in this and you should do this, how it can change our lives. So it's quite an interesting book. It's called, as I say, Psychology of Money, the way of thinking about money. Okay, here are 5 main points. Oh, I've got a spelling mistake in here. Let me change that. Okay, 5 main points. Number one, less ego means more wealth. Saving is foregoing egotistical spending. What? If you think about being wealthy, having lots of money, what that really means is not spending money. In the book, he talks about when he was a college student, he used to be what did he used to have to park cars, not like a chauffeur, but I forget what you call it, but he has to drive and park cars for rich people. So he'd be sitting in a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce, and one day he saw one of these people always driving these cars, and then one day he came in a Honda, not a Rolls Royce. He said, "What happened?" He said, "I just couldn't afford to keep paying the bill," and it made him realise that just because you might see somebody driving a Rolls Royce or a Mercedes or some fancy car, you think that they are rich, but actually they are the price of that car poor, because they have to pay the price for driving such a fancy car. So actually, you're seeing them showing off their spending, and that's not their savings. A truly wealthy person doesn't buy lots of things for themselves or fancy things. They put that money in the bank or invest it, put it in the stock market. And so they maybe a truly wealthy person is sitting driving a little Honda or a Daihatsu, and instead of spending the money on a fancy car, spends it on keeping their bank account healthy. So less ego. So he thinks about spending is like spending on yourself. Well, don't spend on yourself, and then you'll be richer. Okay, number 2 point. The single biggest improvement to investment performance is increasing time. You might think that you need to have lots of money invested in the stock market, and to make more money, you need more money. Well, yeah, that's true. But for most people, the best thing is to make an investment, buy some stock or something, and leave it and forget about it for 20 years. That's the best thing you can do, because over time it will grow in value. So, the single biggest improvement is don't keep taking your money out of the bank, and you know try and let it grow. Number 3, what's the point of all this, having all this money? The point is you can use money to gain control over time. As you know, we are human, and we we will run out of time eventually. If you are rich, or so rich, you can use that money to save yourself time so that you can enjoy your life more. A simple thing would be like, I don't know. Uh, if you're very rich, you can pay for somebody to drive you around. You don't have to waste your time driving, right? Then you can extend your life. Or I'm not quite sure exactly how you can use money to gain control over time, but like if you have a difficult job, you could hire somebody to help you, and so that you have more time to do the things you enjoy doing. If you don't have so much money, then you have to spend your time working, and that's not your time. That's your boss's time. Okay, some other advice. Number 4, save, not just for something specific, but for the unknowns that will bite you in the future. Sometimes people say, oh, you should save up money for a car, or save up money for a new house, or save up money for a wedding, or whatever big expense in your life. But he advises, no, just save up money, because it's not the things that you can plan for that will cause you problems. It's the things you can't plan for, like a health crisis, or an accident, or suddenly your car breaks down or something. There are always things in life that suddenly happen, and if you don't have any money, you're in trouble. You have to use your credit card, or so. The way to get around that is to save up some money for emergencies, not for any specific thing. Okay. And then number 5, define the game you are playing and don't be influenced by others who are playing a different game. What? I think here he's really talking about investing in the stock market. You will always find some rich people or who will have the latest idea. They'll say, oh, you should invest in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or, you should you should spend your money in this or that. They have some great idea. Oh, you can make $1 million doing this, or you should play the lottery. Well, that's fine, but not everybody is playing the same game. Maybe a sensible person is just saving up a little bit of money, investing a little bit of money over time, and you stay away from the risky investments. That's okay. You might be a different person and you need to get lots of money very quickly, and so you have to take many chances. Well, that's okay too, but there are good points and bad points of different approaches. Everybody is different, basically, in money. So there's not a correct way of saving your money or not saving your money. There are different people do it for different reasons. You have different needs in your life. Wow. Anyways, that's 5 main points to think about the psychology of money. Wow. So here's some questions down here at the bottom. Are you good at saving your money? Any advice for people who find it difficult? Wow. I think here really the key is to being wealthy is saving money. Not so much earning money, it's saving what you do earn. So what advice do you have? One piece of advice I have is make a bento. Saves you money. That maybe costs you time. You have to make the bento. But anyway, okay, what advice do you have? Number 2, can you think of ways that money buys you time? I'm not sure. Perhaps you can help me. And number 3, would having more money make you happier? Everybody thinks so, but do you think that's true? I don't know. Wow. Okay, that's the psychology of money. So have a think about these questions and we'll talk about it when I see you next. Okay, thank you very much. Let me turn this off. Okay, see you soon.